Yo, yo. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody finds themselves well today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started. Cleaning a 440. It's got a couple modifications: West Coast Bark Box, West Coast 3-point dogs, and Max Flow air filter. So I just finished doing what I call the first stage of cleaning, which is brushing, picking all the dirt and grime off, and air compressing. And now I'm on to what I call the second stage of cleaning, which is just the wipe down with the good old crocodile wipe. Crocodile. We got Gorilla Spidey in the house. Says Wasp. I'm just kidding. What up, what up? Welcome. And we got Ground Pounder in the house. Oh, I said that kind of weird. Ground Pounder in the house. Tongue got away from me there. Yo, 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 yo. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Ground says, I'm waiting for the boys to come out from wrestling. Practice? I'm guessing a practice. Or is it a match? Gorilla Spidey says, Happy Tuesday. My friend, happy Tuesday right back at you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this cleaning going. Second stage. Although I could just say the wipe down, but I do have kind of like a two-step process. So the first step is brushing everything down, brushing all the dirt and grime off of it, pick tools, air compressor, so that way when I go to the wipe down part of it, I'm not just smearing grime everywhere and smudging everything. So I know, fancy, I know. Good old crocodile wipes, the crocodiles. Love, man, I really like these a lot. All right. So like I was saying, working on a 440 for my buddy Alonzo. I know the title says modified. It's nothing. I mean, it's not ported, but it's got a West Coast Bark Box, Max Flow air filter, and what else? And the West Coast 3-point dogs. So it's got a couple little mods on it, bolt-ons essentially. I attend all matches. Ground says 4 hours, 5 days a week practice for the sheesh. Hey, got to stay on top of the game. Let's see. We got RPM Nitro in the house. Let's go. We got some Nitro action going on. My friend, happy Tuesday. Welcome. Jose says happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? It ain't mine. Not yet, at least. Well, if all goes well in March. Let me go grab this roll of shop towels real quick. Okay. I normally don't use these, but I bought a roll when I was doing the hedge trimmers to clean out all the old grease from the gearboxes, because that's part of my sharpening process for my sharpening service that I offer for hedge trimmers. I kind of do like a little servicing of the gearbox, which is essentially just an inspection of all the components, the gears and all that, clean out all the old grease, and then just pack it in with some new grease. So I bought these so I don't go through my shop rags. And I don't know, they're nice. So I'm going to use these right now with these kind of like one wet, one dry. Not that it probably matters, but Alex Beard says hi from Georgia. Alex, hello. Much love to you guys out there in Georgia. Happy Tuesday. Ground says next I do with the dogs and muffler, I'm going to use Egan. I really want to start. I want to check out some of that Egan stuff. I know it's good. I mean, I know we both see, or probably a lot of us here maybe see Aaron. He runs the Egan, and it sounds great, man. It sounds great, and it seems to perform really well. And I really do like his straight shot pipes for the 2511s. They're pretty rowdy, but, you know, they get it. So I want to, you know, I think that's what I want to do for Big Bertha, which is my, for those that don't know, it's my personal 661. And let me get you guys maybe in here, so I'm not doing this weird, like, anyways. Instead of a West Coast, you know, instead of the West Coast bark box. Nothing against the West Coast, because Gordy does one hell of a job on those. The welds are beautiful, everything's nice. But those Egans, I feel like they actually rip a little harder. They scream a little louder, but it'd be nice to do a comparison. Ground says, holy moly, some guys. Some guy in the house. So let's go ahead and get just wiping down all these parts. And then I'll just give the saw a good wipe down. And that's pretty much all we're doing. Really, his saw, the only reason it's here, it doesn't need any work because it's a beautiful 440. He got it for a killer deal. He got it for $600 from a guy, from an older gentleman who essentially babied it, didn't use it much. It sounds like he was more of a husky guy. I know some guys are gonna be like, oh my God. No, but, and so he got a killer deal. So it's a beautiful, I mean, it's almost brand new. Plastics are in good condition. The tank has hardly any fading. It's still essentially transparent white. And so anyways, jibber jabber. The reason it's here is because he basically just brought me a couple chains to sharpen, and he left his saw here. So it's what some shops would call on bar sharpening, which, man, freaking shops, man, they charge more for on bar. Like, if you bring a saw to them and you bring the saw with the bar and the chain, they charge you more for sharpening. Like, that's stupid. So we're just going to clean it up, give it some love, because that's what we do. And I already got the chains cleaned up, the bar all cleaned up, serviced, bar dressing as needed, good cleaning inside the grooves and on the body. So now I'm just working on the saw. He's like, oh man, he's like, don't even worry about it, man. He's like, you know, and then he'd try to say, well, how much would you charge? How much would it be extra for cleaning? I'm like, man, what? Extra, sir? That's what we do. Unless the saw comes in specifically just for cleaning, then we'll charge a little bit. But I'm like, nah, man. It's all part of the service. So same thing. If a saw gets dropped off for general repairs, porting, whatever it is, if your saw stays here, it's going to get a cleaning. So, and no charge. The only way you're going to get charged again is if it comes in just for a cleaning, and that's it. So some guys, let's see. Some guy says Egan is 100% better than West Coast. Well, we'll have to check it out. You know, we'll have to compare and see, you know. But, I mean, Egan, I mean, we already all know. Egan, I mean, he gets down. He's, you know, he knows what he's doing too. But we'll see. You know, it all just depends. But I feel so. But we'll see. Hopefully we can compare it one day. So, because that's what I want to run on my Big Bertha, on my 661. And also, you know, do a comparison, Egan and West Coast. So we'll be doing that in the future at some point. Some guy says 440s are decent saws. $600 is about average out here for them, in all honesty. Okay. They're not decent saws, they're great saws, in my opinion, but some guy always has something to say. Always on the contrary. Anyways. Aaron says he charges extra for cleaning. You know, I thought about it. I really thought about it. Because, I mean, we gets down with the cleaning, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's cool. I mean, hey, to each their own, man. But hopefully soon here in the future, I think for my birthday, I'm going to buy myself an ultrasonic cleaner. Because as much as I like doing it by hand, because it's just more satisfying for me, and it's just, you know, and I'm not going to stop doing hand cleaning, but, you know, the spring and summer's coming up, and it's going to get busy. It's going to get busy, and I mean, of course, it's up to me to stay on top of my game and not fall behind. But, you know, even when I try to do a quote unquote slow cleaning, not the good old OCD preferred cleaning where I get into every freaking nook and cranny, it takes time. I mean, even when I do a quick cleaning, it still takes over an hour. But I don't know, I just get into it. But hopefully with an ultrasonic cleaner, it's just going to be just that much more. It's going to be more quick, especially for chains and clutches, carburetors, things like that. Because all chains that come in, I clean them down, or I clean them down. What the hell am I even saying? I clean them. So, but for chains, it's going to be a lot faster. And it's just going to make life a little easier, I think. But that hand cleaning, man, I'm telling you, it just takes time. That's all. And I don't want to charge my customers. I don't want to start charging my customers for something that they're already used to getting for free. Because that's, again, the cleaning is like my touch. It's like my signature, you know. And that's just one of the ways that we separate ourselves from all these other weak ass shops around here in my area, at least, because we got some weak shops. And not to sound all egotistical, but they weak. The last one I sent him was a disaster. The 044s were great saws. So some guy says the 044s were great saws. The 440s were a little detuned, and they have the flip caps, which I hate with a passion. Okie dokie. But hey, like Buckin says, like we all say, to each their own. Cool, so there is the rewind, looking great. Boom. Look at that. Just as good, if not better than an ultrasonic cleaner, but we still want that ultrasonic. I'm thinking about at least a 30 liter. I think it's a 30 liter. 30 or 60. Either way, it's a little bit bigger. It's like 14 by like 12 or something like that. So it should fit most crankcases, housing chains, and smaller parts like this. So again, just doing the wipe down, and then I'll get the saw up here, wipe that down, and it's done. And then just move on to the chains, which I'll do a separate live stream for that. But I kind of pre-gamed on everything, so the chains are done here. I'll show you what they kind of look like. It's probably going to be hard to tell on camera, but look at that. Sheesh. That's a nice looking chain there. I mean, granted, it wasn't disgusting when it came in, but you know, a little elbow grease, a little good old purple power, a little wire brush, and just a little patience. These things are looking sweet. But it's all about how they come out on the grind. I mean, a clean chain ain't doing nothing, but looking good. And there's no point if the chain looks good and it cuts like crap. Yeah, there's a guy out there. They call him Saw Smasher, and I mean, I heard he's a badass tree service dude, but man, he's diabolical when it comes down to smashing saws. Some guy says most chainsaw shops suck unless they are small mom and pop shops. The big dealers, at least around me, are horrible. I can't even get parts from them half the time. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a couple. There's like one mom and pop shop in a town called Napa. And I actually met them over at Treetopia, and they seemed all cool and all. They were, you know, they're all like sitting at the steel dealer booth and all that, the steel booth and all that, and, you know, and they seemed all cool. But my lady friend's dad says that, well, let's just say this. He didn't have the most pleasant experience with them. And, you know, but of course, you know, they got to play the part when they're at this huge trade show, essentially. And, you know, they got to be all cool and all that. But, and it's not even about the cleaning, you know, it's the cleaning is one thing, but, you know, our work too. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm definitely no expert here, but, you know, we definitely put our time and love into all of our customer saws. I mean, all of our customer saws, they get treated like as if they were our own, you know. And yes, I make I do my best to make a living off of this, you know, but it's not just for a paycheck. It's just because this is what we do. This is what I love. And just got to put a little, I don't know, got to put a little pride into it. I know pride isn't always a good thing, but okay, here's the cover that covers up the, oh, we got, so RP Nitro says, looks great. Sir, thank you. Let me just look at that picture. It is a Nitro RC car. Okay. We got a fellow RCer going. That's pretty much how I got started into working with small little parts and small engines was Nitro RC cars. My favorite of all time is the Team Associated and TC3s. Those are my favorite. Especially you get the one with the .15 OS engine in it. Whew. Ripper. Even then, the little .12s are rippers too. And then I had a Traxxas Revo 3.3 that I swapped out for an OS .21 TM engine, and that thing, man, popping wheelies. You know, you get the tune just right on those, boy. But of course, I did electric and crawlers, and right before I actually stopped, or, you know, just because of life, you know, life took me different places, but right before I stopped, I was getting ready to get into the whole fifth scale stuff. So running two-stroke engine, or, well, you know, essentially chainsaw engines and, you know, bigger stuff. But that is the goal, one day to get back into it. But saws for now is good enough. So some guy says, if I treated my customer saws like my own, I'd have no customers. I'm always working on everyone else's stuff. So not to like say anything, but so you have a saw shop? You work on customer saws, or what's the deal? Some guy says it took me months before I could even get a new sprocket on my 365. Yeah, that's just Husqvarna though for you most of the time. At least at the shop that I used to work at. I mean, we talk about months and months if we even ever got parts. But like steel, I mean, we got parts right away. Sometimes the next day. Echo was always great. But Husqvarna, man, I just feel like they didn't like us because we didn't sell much Husqvarna, even though we would always talk about them, and, you know, but of course, you know, people want that style. I actually sold more Echo than I did Husqvarna too. But Echo makes some cool little saws though. Like those 2511s. Shit. Man, this week is going by slow, man. Like, I'm just waiting for the weekend because, I mean, we've been busy here, but it's going by slow, man. Mainly because I'm looking forward to going out of town to seeing the missus. We're not married, all right? Don't get it twisted. But I miss her, man. I miss her, man. No, but for real, though. Plus, I also miss my girl Harley, which is my girlfriend's sister's silver lab. Amazing dog. Amazing dog. Sweetest girl. Okay, so here is the Shroud air filter cover. This is the Max Flow air filter cover. Let me just attend to this real quick. Okay. Let's see. RPM Nitro says, hold on, I'm skipping the line here. My bad. Some guy says I work on a few friends and friends of friends when they have issues after work, so I just don't always have time for my personal stuff. When I was working on saws more, it was porting a ton of saws. Okay. RPM says, do you use Simple Green? I don't use Simple Green. I like Simple Green. It's a good cleaner. But me personally, I use good old Purple Power. Stuff right here. This is the regular formula, which is still very, very good. They also make a double strength, which that's the one I usually try to go for just because, I mean, why not? Plus, a little, you know, more grease over here, but the regular formula, it's killer. It's really good. And the Purple Power, the only thing I ever use it on is metal stuff, metal parts, chains, sprockets, clutches. For carburetors, I just use parts cleaner or carb cleaner, same thing. I also use Purple Power to clean bars, like the bodies of them, and that's pretty much it. But for anything else, plastics, I use crocodile cloths, which in my opinion, they are one of the best, if not the best. These guys right here, good old crocodile cloths. You can find them at Home Depot, online. I feel like the folks of the company are cool. You know, I've talked to them a little bit. They're cool. They show us love. They have love for all of their customers. And who knows, maybe one day it'd be nice to have like a little, I don't know, little partnership of some sort, or just, I don't know. But even if not, it doesn't even matter. Their cloths are amazing. Very good. And so for plastics, I mean, they're it's basically like a degreaser cleaner in cloth form. What I like about them is that they're a good size. So I think they're like 15 by 10. They're durable. I mean, obviously, if you sit there and try to tear it, it will tear. But, you know, if you're cleaning saws or whatever, they're not going to snag on anything and tear. I also like the texture of them because I really feel like it helps pick up all that dirt and grime. Definitely tough on grease. And I really like how it seems like it gives the plastics a good shine. It just gives things a good shine. So I like them a lot. And the packs, they last a long time because, well, that's another thing that I like, is that they stay moist for a good amount of time. On the hot days, like summer days, I mean, they will dry out a little faster, I've noticed. But for the most part, though, they really do stay moist for a good while. So, and I keep using them. So if they're not super dirty, I'll use the dry ones. So I'll use one wet, one dry, kind of like I was doing with the paper towel. But they're good wipes. I like them a lot. I think they're about, under 30 bucks. You get a pack of 100, and yeah, I'm on my second pack. I just finished up my first pack a few weeks ago. But they're good. I like them. I like them a lot. They smell good. Oddly enough, it's kind of weird to say, but they smell good. They don't irritate my hands. They don't leave any weird like residue or film on anything. Just a good clean wipe, man. And they have different kinds too, but these are just the cleaning wipes. So Crocodile, if you're watching, much love to you guys. I doubt they are, but you never know. And the reason why I like that they're kind of oversized is that you can bunch them up and you can really get in there. I mean, wedge them into the nooks and crannies of things. And like I said, they're durable. They don't just rip. Some guy says, I haven't had the time in over a year to really do any saws. My buddy wants to ship me his 038, but I don't have the time, which sucks. Yeah, time is crazy. Time is crazy. These days have been a blur to me, even though I just was saying that the week is going by slow, but the time's still going. RPM Nitro says, I'm going to try the Purple Power. I think it's worth a shot. Again, the simple green is good stuff. That's actually when I first started hearing about simple green, was when I was doing the RC stuff. Just like a good cleaner. It is a good cleaner. It smells good too. I think simple green is more like, I'm not going to say organic, but it's more of a natural cleaner, right? Not so much chemical based. Purple Power, on the other hand, I don't think it is. It's not a green cleaner, but it does one hell of a job. And like I said, they also have a double strength formula. But where I usually pick up the Purple Power is here just down the street at Tractor Supply. And they had the double strength the first time I was looking for another degreaser. Because I was using a degreaser cleaner called, what is it called? Super Clean or Super Cleaner. Essentially the same thing though, really, from what I can tell. That's what I used at the shop that I was working at. I think it's called Super Clean. I sold quite a few bottles because customers were like, man, how do you get the saws so, or like, how do you get the stuff so clean? I'm like, well, I just kind of scrub it down and then I wipe it down with this cleaner. And they're like, and since the shop that I worked at, it's part of Ace Hardware. It's just like a little department, their own department. So it was a hardware store. They're like, oh, really? Do you sell it here? And I'm like, hell yeah, man. Let me go show you. And then I don't know if Purple Power does, but I know Super Cleaner has a foaming version and a just regular spray. But the spray is a lot better. So yeah. We cleaned up these dogs. These doggies. But yeah, I hope everyone had I know we're kind of a couple days past that, but hopefully everyone had a good weekend and doing well. Actually had a power outage last night for a couple hours. That was interesting. It was actually right after Alonzo left, because he came by in the evening time. It was already nighttime. We were just out there just talking saws and just talking smack. Not really smack, but you guys get what I'm saying. Just shooting the breeze. And yeah, shortly after that, the power went out. I guess a breaker blew or something, or a transformer. Not really sure. At least that's what social media was saying. But can you ever trust social media, especially Facebook? No, you cannot. No, you cannot. And we got OO in the house. My friend, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday. Have you ever tried fixing 4-strokes? No. So it's all just been, the only thing that I've came close to a 4-stroke is like a steel line trimmer or backpack blower, because they have like it's like a 2-stroke, 4-stroke design. But that's about it. No 4-strokes though. I've never done a lawnmower or a generator. Don't plan on it. Don't like them. I'd rather pay to have someone do it. Maybe one day I'll get into them, but like maybe for my personal generator or lawnmower, but for business, I'm good. I am good. The only thing I do for lawnmowers is sharpen blades, because as most of you guys know, I do offer sharpening services for various things. Hedge trimmer blades, lawnmower blades, chipper blades, axes, although I've never gotten an axe. Of course, chains. I'm sure some people are like, well, duh, obviously chainsaw chains. Imagine if I didn't, though. That'd be weird. You sharpen chainsaw chains here? Nope. No, but we do. It's a beautiful day here in California, though. A little chilly, but not compared to other parts of the world where it's like 0 degrees, negative. I mean, I was out in Minnesota for a couple years, and I found out real quick what actual cold was. Plus having to shovel snow and all that, like, shit. We cool off that. We cool. Cool. All right, so plastics and everything are done. Time to just move on to the saw real quick, give it a nice little wipe down. But so this is like the air filter base / part of the carburetor box. I think that's what they call it. I don't know, but part of the air, where the air filter goes. Nice and clean. The shroud. That 440. Air filter box. Or cover, I mean. Max Flow air filter cover. Excuse me. The little cover that covers up all the chain brake components. The actual air filter mount itself, or base. or holder. I don't know what they would actually call that. Another little piece that covers up part of the brake band and all that, which is, it goes with this one. It's like something like this, I think. Hold on. What am I doing? We get the point. It goes with this one, with these side plate. And the rewind starter. And last but not least, a weapon in itself and the clutch cover. Cleaned up the dogs a little bit. Boom. I also cleaned up the air filter. This is the max flow. And that's pretty much it. So let me go ahead and just put all of this to the side, and then we'll get the actual saw up here. Alloys? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Sir, welcome. My friend, welcome. We're in California, so I'm here in Sonoma County, in a town called Windsor. All right. Here comes the star of the show. Cleaned up the oil pump and all that good stuff in there. Carburetor box, whatever you want to call it, underneath. Muffler area. The flywheel. So that was all just from scrubbing and, well, brushing and using the pick tool and a small flathead screwdriver to just scrape around. And of course the air compressor. But I can't take all the credit because, like I said, the saw was already in, you know, when he got it for $600, and it was in very, very good condition. Because the gentleman that he got it from didn't really use it much. Plus, he also took care of his stuff. So, let me see if I can. So it wasn't super filthy. It was just kind of what I consider like normal dirty, essentially. So you sharpen chipper blades. I worked with guys. They give it to a man who had a grinding machine. So I just use a grinder. I just mount it on a flat surface, and I just use a angle grinder. Be honest with you. I mean, as long as you're getting your angle right and all that, I mean, it's fine. But obviously, if you had a machine, that's probably the way that I would prefer to do it. But I've had good success as long as you're not rounding up the blades. Because if you round them off, then essentially what's going to happen is, you know, when you go to put in a log or whatever, it's just going to kick it back. So you just really want to make sure that you're keeping your angled straight. But a machine, though, that's what I would prefer to do. I don't get much mini chipper blades. I get them every now and then. The ones that I have here, actually right now, for our buddy Rodolfo, they're the second set that I've had. They're for Vermeer chipper. I like Vermeers, but those Bandits, though, oh boy. I've worked with my buddy Victor from Tree X. He's got a Bandit 18, the 18 XP, I believe, and not the biggest chipper, not the smallest either, but that thing does numbers, man. That thing can pull. Plus their stump grinders, beautiful, which my buddy Victor just got one too for his birthday, not like what, about a month ago. Beautiful, beautiful. They do work. Bandit's a good brand. I like Bandits. Easy to work on for the most part. Compared to Vermeer, you know, they just got a lot more sensors and safety things, and just, you know, who needs safety? Just get that out of here. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, let's see. We got Brian Martin in the house. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Says, looks good, man. A clean saw is a happy saw. Exactly. And like I was saying, I mean, it cleaned up even better right now when I was cleaning it. But again, I can't take full credit because it's a beautiful saw. It's a great condition saw. Used, but I could almost say almost like new. Because it's just, the plastics are still nice and white. Everything underneath, I mean, look at it. It's clean. I did clean up the little holes there, but either way, it was not anything crazy. I mean, you can also tell by the cylinder. Just beautiful condition saw. Flywheel in front of the muffler. Carburetor box. And then the clutch and oil pump side. But, you know, it did, we did get a little more shine out of it, but it was already really nice. He got a killer deal on it too, $600. Ooh, sorry about that. Let me get you guys back. I feel like it's probably going to move again, but it's all right. Actually, I'm going to put you over here. Sorry for all the movement. There we go. Alloys McHenry says, I got something interesting to spin by you, sir. All right, let's hear it. Brian Martin says, factory stickers, that's hardly a used 440. Exactly. Yeah, factory stickers. I mean, it definitely gets used now. So the story behind this 440 is, so my buddy Alonzo, he picked it up from an older gentleman. Ah, shit. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. Technical difficulties today, apparently. Oh, man. You know what? Let's just put you guys back over here. Oh, man. This is what drives me crazy. Okay, let's just go from there. So the backstory real quick is he just got it from an older gentleman who didn't use it much and babied it. He mainly used his Husqvarna chainsaw. I forget what kind of chainsaw the man had, but he used his Husky more. And originally, I think he wanted $900 for it. And they were just chatting, and my buddy Alonzo was telling him how he does volunteer work for, I don't know if it's for CAL FIRE or for who it is. I'm pretty sure for not really sure, but he does volunteer firefighter work. And it turns out that the gentleman also was a firefighter. And so right there, he was like, you know what? He's like, I'll give it to you for a better deal. So he got it for $600. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the reason it's here today is he just brought me a couple chains to sharpen. But he left me his saw that had the bar, that had the bar and the chain on it. But like I was saying earlier, anytime a saw gets left with me, whether it's for a repair or for a tune-up service or chain sharpening, when they leave the saw, it always gets a good cleaning. So that's all we're doing here. And then in a different live stream, we're gonna sharpen the chains. I already cleaned them. Same thing. Anytime chains get sharpened here, or they get brought for sharpening, they get cleaned up a little bit. The bar gets cleaned up, gets a little maintenance work to it, bar dressing as needed. We clean out the grooves, clean the body down a little bit, scrub it. And so we're just giving it a little cleaning, just to make it look even prettier. Let's see. Aloy says, from personal experience, I've tried Castor 927 premix oil, and I personally thought it was night and day compared to other premix. I swear you get more horses out for your saw. I have no experience with that at all, but I mean, hey, if you notice a difference and it works better for you, then definitely run it for sure. That's what I would say, or that's what I say. Run it. So I just use for my personal saws, I buy the VP ethanol free fuel, just straight 4-cycle, and then I mix it to a 50-to-1 with AMS oil. And I don't know, it works well for me. I like it. And then when I test saws, customer saws, I just run the pre-mixed VP 50-to-1. It's a 94 octane. So, but for my personal saws, I mix my own AMS oil. I also like their bar and chain oil as well. If I don't use the AMS oil bar and chain oil, I just go with steel. Or really, I mean, that or the Husqvarna is not bad. But I try to stick with AMS oil or steel. I've tried that DGP stuff, but I don't know, man. Something about it I just don't like. Yeah, sure, it's biodegradable, it's clean, it's non-petrol based, whatever, but I don't know. It's expensive. And let's see, we got First Gen Farmer in the house. We got Liam back in the house. Hope everyone is doing well out there. So I'm going to try to get the most out of this white before it dries out even more. I mean, it's still moist, but I'm going to hit the oil pump with a nice wet one. I'm just going to give this a wipe. And I also took the handle off, just for easier handling and cleaning around the clutch side and the oil pump side. Let's see. So Alloy says, right, good deal. Take my word for it and go to Power Sports Plays and pick up some racing caster. I may try it one day, just for, I mean, I do like trying different things and just to see performance differences, or just, you know, trying it. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, I was going to answer Brian. Brian says, we need a air compressor. Yeah, man. It's a game changer having an air compressor. I did without one for like the first almost month of starting up the little shed shop here, and I was doing canned air duster, and I mean, it worked. Not the most convenient or cost effective, but I mean, hey, they got us through. But an air compressor, yeah, air compressors are definitely nice. Definitely nice. And the one that I have is actually used. It was my grandfather's. And right when I was getting ready to be like, hey, I'm going to go buy an air compressor. And he's like, well, hold on a second. He's like, check this out first. and he showed me that we had an air compressor laying around. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, this whole time. But you know what? You got to earn stuff sometimes. You got to, sometimes, you can't always be handed things, and you got to just do what you can on your own. And so I think that's what he was trying to do, because I live here with my grandparents currently. And so, even though Grandpa would keep hearing me say, man, I really need that air compressor. Man, I really need an air compressor. And but I kept making do, and I kept hustling no matter what. And finally, when I was like, you know what, it's time. I made some money. I'm going to go buy an air compressor. He's like, hold on a second. And he busted out his air compressor that he used to use. So it's a 35 PSI, I think. It's a small one, but hey, it's a lot better than canned air duster. That's for show. For surezies. Liam says, my dad's chainsaw up. Nice. M&G says, any snow come your way? No, man, I don't get any, I don't get snow over here in California. And I'm glad that you're here, because you made a comment on my last video that I made about that rewind spring. And I promise you, I didn't mean to delete your comment. I meant to delete my comment, because I commented and I felt like I was being a smartass, or I just felt like I sounded rude. So I was trying to delete my comment, but I accidentally deleted your comment. And I was like, well, just got to leave it as is. But for those that are going to wonder, what were the comments? So M&G said, he said, you didn't put any tension on the rewind spring. He's like, does it retract? And I commented, and I felt like I was being rude. And I commented saying, if you would have watched the whole video, or I don't know if you watched the whole video, but if you did, you would see that it came out perfect. I know I probably sound kind of like an asshole, but then I tried to delete my message and just respond in a different way that wasn't so like that, and I accidentally deleted his comment. And I was like, well, we'll leave it as is for now. So, but touching on that though, it had tension. And it came out good. Came out good. That was the second one that I had done that week, and they both came out. They came out good. Brian Martin says, right on. Yeah, man. It just depends on what you're, I don't mean to sound ungrateful at all, because I love my little air compressor now. And well, it's Grandpa's air compressor. It's not mine. He's letting me use it. But the only thing, I wish I had a little more pressure sometimes, a little more PSI, and maybe a bigger tank, so that way, after just like a few seconds of spraying, it doesn't have to recharge or rebuild up, or whatever you want to call it. But hey, it still does the job. I mean, it helps us clean our saws up really nice, and that's all I use it for, is for cleaning up saws. So I'm definitely grateful, but in the future, I do want to get something bigger, maybe a little more pressure, and something a little bit bigger, so it doesn't have to keep kicking on every like 2 minutes. And sometimes I feel like it's getting ready to go out, because it kind of like loses power, and it just kind of, it gets used a lot. So, and I want to get a different type of nozzle too, like something a little bit smaller, like the finer ones, like the smaller tiny ones. I think those also help with pressure. I'm not sure, but I like that style. But hey, again, grateful to have what we have, because man, canned air duster is not cheap. It's not good to breathe in, and plus they start like condensating and freezing, and that was like the most annoying part too. Most annoying part for sure. MG says, I've always rewinded the new springs a few times, and it adds much rewind force. But yeah, I feel like you shouldn't have to, but I mean, hey, everyone does things a little differently. When I'd watch the mechanics do it at my shop, I mean, they would just unpackage it and put it in, and that's pretty much it. But I know everybody gets taught differently, or every shop teaches things differently, or I don't know if that's what Steel recommends doing, but you know, as long as everything is good, I mean, shit, just run it. No need to get crazy. So yeah, guys, we're almost about done with this saw. As far as cleaning it up, then I can go ahead and start reassembling it. And then I'll do another live stream and we'll do the chains real quick. Like I said, I already, before I started cleaning the saw, I cleaned up the chains. I cleaned with the bar, did a little maintenance on it. Basically just make sure that the sprocket's all good. I don't grease the bars. I think that's nah. I just don't like, I don't do it. Bar dress as needed. Clean out the grooves. That's definitely important. Definitely important. And but I don't grease the sprocket or none of that. Like, I think that's but I'm sure somebody will watch the live and they'll be like, oh, he doesn't grease the sprocket. Is he even doing, like, does he even know what he's doing? Man, you don't need to do all that shit. You don't got to do any of that. Liam says, I have a 135 compressor. That's nice. That sounds like about something that I would, I'm not really sure what I would like as far as the size, but I just know something a little bit bigger would be nice. Be a little bit nicer, more pressure, a little more force, a little more whatever. Like I keep saying, this saw came in and yeah, it was a little dirty, but it's what I consider just regular. So it's cleaning up even nicer, but it's a very nice condition 440. Like I keep saying, my buddy Alonzo got a killer deal on it, and I think he scored a really nice chainsaw because it was pretty much like brand new. Got it for $600. $600 make you holla. And I don't mean to offend anybody with the accent. Just, if you get offended, well, sorry. I don't know. But even grimy saws, I still make them look pretty much like this after I'm done cleaning them. So they still get made look really good. But this one was easy. Just got to clean the front there of the muffler and we're good to go. Plastic's already all cleaned up. And I just got to clean up the inside the oil pump a little bit more. We're good. But like I said, I'm going to use a new crocodile cloth just for a little bit more moisture. But we'll see what this one can do because it's doing a pretty good job still. And that's one of the things that I like about these crocodile wipes. They last a while. During the summertime, they do dry out a little faster. But for the most part, they're good. Let me get into, I feel like this angle really sucks because you can't see nothing. Maybe, let's see. Kind of defeats the purpose and I'm pretty much almost done. So right now, basically what I'm doing, I'm just don't like this. I don't like this view here. Basically what I'm doing, I'm just using the pick tool to wedge in the crocodile cloth inside these little nooks and crannies just for a little OCD, because this is all I got going for right now, at least, other than just some chains. And I got Allen's 200T to start working on. Just waiting for him to approve the quote so I can get some parts ordered. But either way, gonna start cleaning it up, and either way, that's something that we need to go over. Still, I'm gonna do a live stream on it, and we'll check it all out. Needs a couple repairs. Basically just a new AV mount and annular buffer, the little buffer that goes on the handle, or that's for the handle. And then it needs a new contact spring, like the little wire in the spring for the switch. Somehow he tore that in half. It tore in half. Not sure how, but it did. And then just a nice, a good tune-up service. So new filters, air filter, fuel filter, spark plug. And then, of course, give it that all preferred cleaning. Liam says, if you get one of those, yeah, I got some good safety glasses because stuff gets flown right back at you. Yeah, I already wear those anyways. I already wear safety goggles anytime I'm air compressing or I'm pulling fuel lines, because sometimes fuel gets trapped in the fuel lines. And I've had it where it's like it just gushes out gas, and luckily I was wearing safety glasses because it pretty much went in the direction of my eye. But I always wear... See, well, you know what? That's a lie. I shouldn't say always. Majority of the time I do, but sometimes when I'm in a hurry and I just want to do something quick, but I always do my best to look away. So I shouldn't say always. Not 100% of the time, like 99% of the time. So I don't even have to be doing what I'm doing right now, but I just want to, I don't know. Since I'm pretty much already done, I might as well just get a little OCD into it. Okay, that's it. And then we just got to hit the fuel pump, or excuse me, the oil pump, and we're good. Good to go. Oh yeah. Nothing like that preferred cleaning. And then, like I said, we'll come back and just hit the chains real quick. Shouldn't take too long. They're only, I think, so this is on a 28-inch bar, I believe, or 25, 28. So I think those are what, like 91 drivers? Because I think 25-inch bars are 84 drive for steel at least. And most of the cutters, all the cutters are in good condition, so shouldn't have to do any real correcting, just kind of sharpen them up and make them look good. Okay. So let me give you guys a look of how we're doing here. Liam says, how do you tighten a chain? How do you tighten a chain? You got to use the chain tensioner, man. Not really sure what that means. Just clean off the handguard here a little bit. I'll show you guys how it's looking now. Just got to hit that oil pump a little bit with a fresh cloth, just for a little extra moisture. And we're good to go. And then we can start assembling the saw. And then I just got to work on the chains, and that's it. And then put the bar and chain on. But this is what we're looking like. So, muffler, front of the muffler, crankcase, clutch side, chain brake assembly. Just gonna hit that oil pump a little bit better. Carburetor, the handle on each side, and then the flywheel. But yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote there. Said I was gonna hit that oil pump a little more, just for shoots and giggles. So okay, hit this oil pump and then we'll be good. And then I gotta take some pictures for the good old before and afters. I'm gonna start posting more on the community tab here, because I know not everybody's on Instagram, but I mean, no matter what, I need to take pictures for Instagram because I live on Instagram. If I'm not on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. Sometimes I think about how long I've been doing the whole Instagram thing, and it's like, holy crap, man. Pretty much since Instagram came out. I mean, YouTube, I've been doing YouTube for a long time as far as watching videos, looking for videos, but actually content creating, as they call it, we've only had our channel since July of last year. And I want to just say thank you to everybody who supports the channel and watches our videos and everything, and definitely everybody that watches our live streams and hangs out with us. And it's been crazy because our watch hours have been going up. Our public watch hours, or public whatever it's called. So we're not here to make money on YouTube. Really, we're not. I mean, would it be nice to make a few cents? Yeah, it would. But the point is that what I'm saying is just thank you to everybody that's helping the public watch hours, or whatever they call it. They've been going up, man. They're like at like 1260 right now. And so basically that's the last step to be able to be eligible to apply for the YouTube partnership program, and obviously get all monetized and whatever. And you know, so the first step is you got to have either, I believe, 1,000 watch hours or 1,000 subscribers. Don't quote me on that, but you got to have either 1,000 subscribers or however many watch hours. I think it's 1,000. I'm not sure, but so we surpassed, thanks to you guys, we've surpassed the 1,000 subscribers a long time ago, and super quick, which I'm still in shock. And the last step is you got to have either, I think it's like 20 million or 10 million like short views, or 3,000 public watch hours. And so, like I said, we're at 1260 right now or so. So we're almost halfway there to our last step, and that's freaking amazing. But again, if it happens, I ain't going to be complaining. If it doesn't happen, then it's all right, man. We'll still be here rocking the show. We'll still be here hanging out, having fun, because that's what it's all about anyways. And of course, you know, getting the job done and doing good clean work first and foremost. But I mean, hey, if YouTube wants to kick us down a few cents, let's run it. So that's why part of the goal is to make more videos, like actual longer videos, not shorts. So just longer videos, because that's been the goal for a long time, is to make kind of like how-to videos, repair videos, tear down videos, which I have a couple planned for tear down videos. So do that. More how-to videos, like how to, just simple things, how to check for spark, how to troubleshoot, how to, just like simple stuff that, I mean, I know everybody's already doing all that, but we all have a different little style and spin on things, and just things like that. So just thank you to everybody, so, for helping us, you know, not that that's like an actual goal to start making money here, but I mean, you guys are watching, that's the point. So thank you guys for everybody who watches, follows along, subscribes, watches our videos, our live streams, everybody that comments, love and support, you know, mainly like the positivity and all that, and just all that good stuff, man. And that's all thanks to you guys. So we'll see what happens. And I do my best not to really talk about it, because again, that's not the point of all this. The point is just what we're here doing, you know, sharing the experience and the journey, and then hopefully along the way, maybe somebody can, I don't know, pick up a little something, or we could pick up a little something from one of you guys, which I already have a lot. So, and of course, meeting everybody that I know now, thanks to YouTube. So anyways, that was a long thank you, but much love to everybody, and thank you for all the love and support. Let's see. Liam, it's all good, no worries. Ground says, I'm at 1391. Sheesh. Almost there, man. Almost there. Ground says he doesn't know nothing. You better knock that shit off, man. You better knock it off right now, sir. That's the thing, you know, some people really do feel like that, like, oh, I don't know anything, and I'm not good at any. That's like saying I'm not good at anything or anything, but that's not true, man. We all know something, and we're all good at something, you know, in our own ways. We all have skills and talents. Sometimes we just, I don't know, sometimes we just don't look at them like that, but we all have something, you know, we all have something. I mean, whether we think about that or not, or look at it that way, but it's true. We all know something, and we all have something to bring to the table. At least that's what I truly believe. Like that guy Saw Smasher. I'm sure he knows a lot. He knows about damage control. That's what I do know that he knows. Damage control, man. Sheesh. I've seen some stuff, but some of his saws, I see, I'm like, what in the world? That's some good work, man. But anyways, so everybody knows something. Ground Pounder says, I've forgotten how to cut trees. It's been so long. Shit. I don't believe that for 1 second, sir. Better knock it the hell off, man. Now I know you're goofing. Now I know you're goofing. Okay, so there's the saw. There's the clutch. There's the oil pump now after giving it just one last good cleaning with a new crocodile cloth. A little more moisture. So that's what we're looking like in the inside. And I mean, you guys already saw the rest, but give you guys one last little span. Inside the sides. And yeah, and the bottom. So now I'm gonna just take some photographs, some documentation, because we all know pictures or it didn't happen, man. Ground says, Saw Smasher. Yeah, that guy's something. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's something, all right. But I know we say it with love, because it is. I'm going to just put you guys here for now. I apologize. Oh. Let's see. Just going to put you guys here for now. You guys can watch the behind the scenes here of good old Instagram documentation. But like I said, I'm going to do my best to start posting more on the community tab. So, you know, pictures and things like that, before and afters. Because I know I always keep thumping that Instagram, but I'm telling you guys, man, you guys miss a lot of cool little things on Instagram. A little bit more like in-depth content, like before and afters, or you know, I post a little bit of personal stuff on there, mainly food, of course, right? Of course, but all the videos that you guys see here on our channel, those are on Instagram, and they get all videos get posted on Instagram and here. So except for the longer videos, those only get posted here on YouTube. Do it for the gram. What type of gram are we talking about here? No, I'm just kidding. All right, moving on, people. I had to for the grams. Okay. I'm goofing today, man. I feel silly. I do more on the gram than here. It's more better. Like, as far, yeah, I mean, you know, like, I have a good little audience on Instagram, like as far as like pictures and things like that, but for live streams, man, you guys, man, my YouTube family, you guys kill it. And videos too, you guys, I mean, a lot more action. But I like Instagram. Instagram is my main home. My main home. It's my main home slice. Okay. So basically, let's just go ahead and take these pictures. Don't need to get all crazy. It's not like I haven't done this 100 times before. But I don't know, they got to be perfect, man. But I understand. Who wants to sit there and be trying to, you know, take every day to watch? I know. I'm probably being. I know. I'm probably being really irritating right now. Fine. That's fine. Last picture from the rear. Whoa. What? We're taking solid back shots over here. Okay, you know what? Let's just settle it down because this is getting weird. At least until I get the saw. Until I get the saw assembled, then I have to. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble this thing. Okay, first things first. Since we're already here on this side, let's go ahead and get the flywheel put on. Just get all these parts going here. If I could find the hole. It's a common problem for me. Let me grab my little magnet tray of screws and hardware. Or hardware, that's all right. Ka-choo. Let's go ahead and put this part on now, which is part of the air filter base and carburetor box. Kind of seals everything in. I really think that's what they call it, carburetor box. I mean, gosh. Don't take my word for it, folks. All right. I'm just a guy here. I am just a dude. Oh my God, it's a dude. So these are 8mm nuts. Oh. Kind of need the actual mount for the air filter. There we go. 8mm socket would be good. Kaboom. Let's go ahead and get it more in shot here. Castaigne. Has anybody ever seen the movie Big Fat Liar? It's kind of random, but that's what that's from, when he's like, Castaigne. Good movie. They don't make them like they used to, man. Cool. Let's go ahead and get the little cover that covers up the chain brake assembly and components. this little cover here. And now we need screws, man. And if anybody ever is going to use power tools to work on power equipment, or really anything, always, especially if you're using something that's decent or good, always start off with the lowest torque setting, because you don't want to strip anything out. If you need a little more juice, you could always bump it up. So that's the only thing that I can say. So if you're going to use something, and really I just use it to get the screws in, and then I just hand snug them. And also too, if you notice, I'm not just going for it. I'm kind of easing into it, because you don't want to, even the lowest torque setting can screw something, or strip something out. So always just go chill, man, and hand snug them. I mean, obviously you can still strip things out with a regular hand tool, but you don't want to go super crazy. Next thing is going to be the side plate. It's going to be with this little flathead, which actually, you know what, I'll just use the scrunch. And you know what, why not? I do always kind of say, anytime I go into metal, I use Loctite. Just put a little bit, man. Just, vibration. I've already had it to where, did it dry out? It's only happened to me one time, but that's enough. That's enough times. I've had it to where, maybe I forgot to put Loctite, or maybe I was like, I don't need Loctite, or maybe I just forgot. Whatever the case may be. Or I think, actually, that time specifically, I was in a hurry, so I did not use Loctite. And what happened? Well, everything was all good to go. And our customer went to go use their saw on the job site, and I believe a couple of screws fell out. I know. I know. Not a good look, man. Not a good look. Somehow this dried out, and I'm looking for a fine little point. Stupid. I had a little safety pin somewhere, but I don't know what happened to it. Oh my goodness. You know what? Party foul. Shits. Well, let's see. Maybe I can use a... You know what? We're snipping it. We're snipping it off. I don't even have... Oh, jeez. You know what? For the sake of the video, for the sake of the live stream, we're going to use just the blue Loctite. We got the man Farid in the house. Farid, my friend, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. This one's basically like new, the blue Loctite, because I don't know. It'll work just as fine, or it'll work good. It's not going to be the heavy duty strength, but the reason why I like the red Loctite, for one, it's heavy, it's stronger, and 2, it's not as runny. It's more like a gel. And so it's not as runny and whatever, but it'll still do the job. Oh. Let me see here. Little Loctite. Where is the scrunch? Come on, baby. Don't do me dirty like that. Don't do me dirty. Okay. I was doing myself dirty. Anytime you handle Loctite, though, if you get it on your fingers or on your skin, you definitely want to clean it off or wash it off sooner rather than later, because it kind of reacts like an acid, almost. From what I read on, I forget where I saw that. So I'm gonna wipe it off with that crocodile wipe. And always too, now that I'm just remembering and I'm just double checking, always make sure to clean the bar studs. You know, brush them off, because what'll happen is you're gonna get dirt and grime building up on the threads, and so eventually when you put on your bar nuts, if you have a lot of junk on there, it's gonna make your bar nuts, you know, a little stiffer, or it's just gonna cause more. Long story short, it's gonna make the bar nuts a little harder to undo, and you're gonna eventually start undoing the bar stud itself, and you could cause damage to the crankcase, and that's not a good time, believe me. Not a good time. And some might say, well, you can just make new threads. Well, that would be a solution, but it's tricky making new threads sometimes, especially on magnesium or softer metal. It's not always that easy. At least for me, it's not. And each half of the crankcase, like for a saw like this, easily upwards of $300 or so, give or take. So not a cheap repair. Plus, if you go to a shop and you know they're gonna have to charge you labor, because you're gonna have to split the case, and it's just kind of a bigger job. But so always just kind of, if you run saws, you know, maybe carry a little brush with you and just brush off the threads every now and then, just to make sure that you're, you know, and then clean out your screws too. You know, maybe put a little parts washer or a little parts cleaner or something, or Purple Power. So, okay. So there's our cover and our side plate. Boom. This is a post cleaning here for anybody that's joining in. So let's go ahead and get the clutch on. I'm gonna wipe off this sprocket. It's actually really clean, but just give it a nice little wipey wipe. Liam says, I'm just touching up my dad's chainsaw. Hell yeah, man. Get that thing clean. Clean saw is a happy saw. And, you know, customers always ask, well, not always, but they ask me here and there. They're like, hey, what can I do to, like, help protect my saw or my power equipment or whatever they're doing. You know, here we do saws, and I always tell them, just give it a good clean, especially around the cylinder fins. Really anything you can. Look at all that. That's just from inside the sprocket. I mean, that's not going to probably affect performance, but we're already here. Might as well just clean it out. But especially around the clutch or the sprocket, I refer to the drum. It's still a sprocket, but I refer to it as a drum, because sometimes what'll happen. But like I kept saying, I can't take all the credit, because the saw wasn't filthy, so it cleaned up very nice. Let's put in that washer. Oh, actually, first let's go ahead and put in our worm gear for the oil pump, and then the washer. And clutch is our reverse thread, so to tighten it, you're going to go left. To loosen it, you're going to go right. So instead of righty tighty lefty loosey, it's lefty tighty righty loosey. Interesting, huh? Okay. And let's change out the socket here. That's all you need. A good little pop pop, and you're good to go. So now let's go ahead and put our needle bearing or roller bearing, however you want to call it. A lot of the times it's referred to a needle bearing, but really it's just the roller bearing style. Just because I'm finishing up this tube of grease, but right now for these I just use some white lithium grease. I like the red and tacky stuff, like either the Echo Oil grease or like the stuff that I just bought for the hedge trimmers, the Lucas Oil red and tacky. That's the kind that I really like. But I gotta finish up this oil, or excuse me, this grease. So, but once that's done, we're just gonna keep buying it's called Lucas Oil red and tacky. It's still lithium grease, but it's just a different consistency or different type. I don't know. So a little bit of grease. I've been told, I always say this, I've been told that you don't have to grease these bearings, but I've always grown up knowing that you grease bearings. So that's what we do. So with these, it can be a little tricky sometimes. So just take your time, kind of wiggle it around and play with it, because if you notice, it has this little slit right here. So this is going to align with the worm gear. So the worm gear is going to go into this, so that way when it's spinning, you know, it's spinning the worm gear and it's getting the oil pump moving. So just take your time, and you'll feel it sit in place. And we got lucky, so that was quick. So, you know, just be careful. It's not just a drop in. You got to kind of play with it, make sure it sits in that little slit. And so next thing is our rim sprocket. This is an 8-tooth. I lied. It's a 7. Washer. And the little clip that holds everything together. Washer holds, what am I even saying? It holds everything together. Holds the washer in place. The rim sprocket just holds everything in place. You got to be careful when you're taking these off, because they're very soft, so they're easily, you know, you can easily bend them, and once they bend, they're usually no good. And when you're taking them off too, you got to be careful, because they'll just go flying. So you got to just be careful, man. Don't be so freaking rough. Okay, so there we are. Hey, Nina. And let's see. Let's get these out of the way. So now we can go ahead and work on oh man, horrible views today. I'm sorry. Poor camera work. So now we can go, you know what? Let's just get you guys over here. Now let's go ahead and work on the muffler. And for the mufflers, you definitely want to use Loctite. So this one's running the West Coast Bark Box muffler. It's got this little like heat shield or whatever you want to call it. If I can figure out how it goes. There we go. Okay. Okay, and then let's not forget our gasket. Put a little Loctite on these. I knew that was going to happen. Fuck. This is why I usually put a little gasket maker, just to kind of hold it in place. That was probably a weak approach anyways. Okay. This is one where you really have to be careful, especially going into the cylinder. You got to be very careful. Especially using power tools. Anytime, really. Because cylinder metal is very soft. You do want it to be snug, but you don't want to go over tighten the screws, especially when you're using Loctite, which you should. Okay, so there's our muffler casing. Now we're going to put on the bark box. And these little short ones, I'm not even going to use the impact because they're really short. Good hand snug. Okay. Alrighty. And these ones I am going to use the impact, but still you got to be very careful. Loctite. This one I am going to go a little higher on the torque, but still taking it slow. Just until it starts seating in place. And then finish torquing them down by hand. Okay. Okay. So, muffler's on, bark box is on, Loctite. Good to go. Now, let's go ahead and get the rewind starter on. Which, this is the fan housing, that's your rewind assembly. Alrighty. And same thing with these. I like using Loctite. But like most already know how I do it. Anytime going into metal, I like using Loctite. Just because I have had instances where, you know, maybe I was in a hurry and I did not put Loctite on, and maybe I didn't go tight enough, and with the vibration, they just fell right out. Thankfully, that was only one instance, but again, that's still not a good look. So, not a good look. Let's go ahead and start with this one first. Bam, bam, bam. Bum, 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 bum. Same thing. Just go nice and slow. Just until they hit the bottom. And then finish torquing them down by hand. All right. You don't want to over tighten, of course, just like everything, but you do want them to be nice and snug. Especially because, you know, there is a lot of force on these because, you know, you got to start it and whatnot. And what am I looking for? Kind of getting the bottom of these little fins a little bit better. That OCD's kicking in. Let me go hit it with the air compressor real quick. 1 second. Alrighty. We're almost about done. So now I'm going to go ahead and install the shroud. And for this, you want to take the spark plug out. I just left it in. I leave the spark plug in when I'm cleaning it, air compressing, so that way nothing falls into the cylinder. I also, when I start doing the muffler side, so the front, I wedge either a piece of paper towel or part of the shop rag inside the exhaust port, so that way nothing falls in. And even then, after I'm done, I just hit it with some air compressor or with some air. What is going on here? Hold on a second, people. Little struggle life here, huh? Hold on. What the hell is going on? There we are. Almost. There we go. Boy. And same thing, little Loctite on these, because it is going into the crankcase. Little Loctite. So there's 3 T27s. Oops. Finish torquing them down by hand. Bada boom, bada bing. Actually, you know what? I was going to say, that doesn't even go into the crankcase, but it does. Alrighty. Now we can put the spark plug back in. I don't have any more BPMR 7As. I need to do a spark plug restock, or re-up I should say, or else I would definitely like to throw in a new spark plug for him, but I don't have it, man. Actually, let me grab the better scrunch. Well, it's not even that it's so much more the better scrunch, but for this, it is the better scrunch. And same thing with the spark plugs. You want it to be nice and secure, but you don't want to over crank on it. Oh, you know what? Let me make sure. Okay. We're looking good, looking good. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and get this air filter on. Again, this is the max air filter. So when you're running a max flow air filter, this style filter here, or the uni filter, anything other than the ones that it comes with, you want to make sure you run the air filter oil. You want to run these filters lubricated. I'm not going to put any oil on it right now, the pre-filter oil, because for one, I don't have any, and two, our buddy Alonzo already has it, and he knows to run it lubricated, because I always stress to him, dude, you got that filter lubricated? Yeah, I do. So, but I mean, it still does have lubrication, but you want these to be pretty saturated. You want these to be saturated. So if you're gonna run something like this, or you ever think about running the max flow air filters, that's the one thing I can say is you definitely want to run it lubricated. I want to run it dry. That'd be basically like running no air filter. And then we need to put this part on it. Right? Did I put this on the wrong way? Tricky little things sometimes, for me at least. I don't know. Hold on. There we are. Okay, okay. Oh. See, I don't really work with these so much, so I'm really kind of confused. So this is the part that goes over. Or does it go like this? What? He doesn't know? No, sir, I do not. I feel like it just goes like that. So that's going to go in like so, I believe. Or does it go in like this? Huh. I'm really confused right now, as you can tell. So that's going to go in. That's going to go in from the inside. I am so confused right now. Okay, let me just figure this out. We're gonna figure this out together. See, I don't know. I do not know. Clean this off because now it's gonna be all oily. Man, I just cleaned this damn thing. It's all good. We're almost there. And this is how it goes sometimes, you know, little things will throw you off. So, okay. Let's see. So I'm guessing, okay, so this is going to be oh, does this go from the inside, I'm wondering? Let me see. Okay, so, okay, we're learning something here, I think. So if you're going to run this max flow, I mean, it will come with instructions. So this cover is going to go, if you notice, it has kind of like a little border or like rim. I don't know what you want to call that. So it seems like this is going to go in through the, we'll call it the top. And then this will be, the flat side will be the bottom. So it looks like this is going to go in like so. And then you're going to put your filter over it, over your case or your, whatever you want to call it, little cage. Make sure it's nice and seated properly around the whole little thing. And then this cover is going to go around the top, like so. Okay. Let's see what results we get here. And then this is going to go down. Oh, you know what? I think the smarter thing would be, okay. Let's see. This is a learning process. But I'm kind of seeing, I'm understanding here what's going on. So let's take this off. And so I think this is what I want to do. So take this out. And then take out the little cage. I think that's what I want to do. Hold on. Put this in. So I feel like it needs to go. No. Okay. No. 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 Okay. Oh boy. Tricky little things. Because I also want to feel like this will go like on the inside. No. Nope. So this will go in first. Oh. See, I'm getting confused again already. Shit. This thing is tricky. I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure somebody's probably watching like, oh, what an idiot. That's what I feel like right now, but okay. Hold on a second. So it's going to go facing down. Stupid. And then, so it's going to go like so. All right. Why? This is really driving my patience. God. This is actually pretty frustrating now. Kind of, to be honest with you guys. Okay. And then now this is going to go on the top. Kind of frustrating. Getting freaking oil everywhere. Unbelievable. Unbefreaking-lievable. Ugh, this is actually annoying now. Really fucking annoying. And I just swore. I don't care. Unbelievable design here on these Max Flows, or Max Flow, or whatever. I mean, I know they work well, but geez, that design is not the best. I mean, I know I didn't know how to do it, but if somebody was really just trying to run this filter real quick and, you know, I'd be like, no. Makes me really want to try the ones from Gordy now, the West Coast ones. Those ones seem pretty nice. And look, we got our clean saw all dirty, all greasy, like a freaking... I was gonna say something, but don't want to offend anybody. I'm sure most of us are thinking it. Okay, so last thing is that we have to do is put the handle on. And the clutch cover, and then I gotta just sharpen the chains. Boy, that was a job and a half there, just trying to get the freaking Max Flow back on. Since I don't really do them too much, it's rare when a saw actually comes in with these. I didn't realize how much a pain in the ass, and the design was just kind of not really all that. Then I gotta clean up the freaking grease, the oil. Man, some bullshit. Okay, handle time. This one has a full wrap handle. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Let's get the screws from underneath in. Finish torquing them down by hand. Since I'm already here, let me wipe down the bottom of the handle, because that's the last thing we have to clean. Just a little wipe down, nothing major. This is ground control to me. Boy, that max flow was fun, huh? But hey, it's over now, so I can stop bitching about it. Okay, a little wipe down here on the handle. The inside of the handy. Whoa, he said what? Chill, people. Let me clean up that little bit right there. Cool. Last thing, clutch cover. At least for the assembly. All we gotta do for now is after this is sharpen the chains, which is two, one that came on the saw, and then one of the extras that he runs on the saw, and then that's pretty much it. Then I can call him and say, hey man, all good to go. And really all that came, all we needed to do was sharpen the chains. But like I always say, anytime a saw gets dropped off, whether it's for chain sharpening, and the reason it gets dropped off is because you leave the bar and the chain on, it's going to get a good cleaning. Whether it's, again, chain sharpening, a repair, or porting, or whatever it is, anytime it gets dropped off and left here, it's going to get a good clean. So, but that's it for now. There it is. Steel 440 max flow air filter that threw us for a loop just now. That was interesting. And just got assembled, got a cleaning, and that's it for now. So much love to everybody. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Laters.